San Juan Regional Medical Center is your community hospital, committed to making life better for the communities we are privileged to serve. In fact, better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care. What matters most to our patients matters most to us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so you can get the quality care you need right here at home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, celebrating life better here since 1910. KSJE is proud to support the Summer Terrace Concert Series, Saturdays at the Farmington Museum. Country and rock music by Terry Rickard, Saturday, July 9th. Soul jazz from the Fets Extet, Saturday, July 16th. The Summer Terrace Concert Series at the Farmington Museum, 3041 East Main Street, Saturdays this summer from 6 to 7:30 p.m.
Everyone, I'm Megan Cope, along here with Scott Michlin. That music was loud.
It really was loud, and we didn't even see you. Now we do.
No, okay.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Here we go. It's Friday. Welcome. First day of the month. Happy July 1st.
July 1st.
Wow, the year is half over. All right.
I don't know if I like that.
You don't like that? Okay,
well, no, that's time. It's too fast.
True.
We're all aging, and
I know. Some better than others.
Some better than others.
Yeah, exactly. You be the judge, viewers and listeners.
Viewers and listeners.
That's right.
You be the judge.
That's true. But we're back. We're still here. We're constant. No matter how fast the year is flowing.
That's
right?
true.
We're always here on Fridays together.
That's true.
And so I look forward to that. 6 more months. And more.
And more. I was going to say, what's happening at 6 months?
No, that's it. That's okay. Yeah. But we're here. This is our Solutions from the Street week here on KSJE. So we want to make sure everyone realizes that we kind of go back and forth, right? But this week it's Solutions from the Street when we talk about a problem in the community and a innovative solution to that problem that is usually not sponsored by a governmental agency. It's actually a grassroots solution. We like that.
We do like that.
We
want to hear from the average Joe doing a good thing.
Or Josephine.
As it were.
Come on. Let's be inclusive. Yeah. There you go.
Women go by Joe.
They do.
Yeah.
Usually Josephines are,
Are Joes.
Yeah. There you go. Anyway, what's our problem this week?
I would
limit it to the topic of the show.
Okay.
Let's not talk about all of our problems because we don't have that much time.
How much time do you have?
We don't have that much time.
So, the affording your basic needs.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Have you seen the price of
everything
gasoline and
now?
food
and
all the everything?
Things?
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen the price.
Inflation, crazy.
Ooh, it's crazy now.
But we have a unique solution here.
We do have a unique solution
to some of that for these families and individuals who are just finding it harder and harder to make ends meet as prices keep going up. And it's actually something that's been here for a long time, not even before the inflation took hold.
Yes.
This program's been here, and this area, this agency, this location has been here. I'm trying not to give it away.
I know. I can tell that you're trying hard not
Dancing
to
around the solution.
This location, this area. Here.
Exactly.
This place.
Right. But they've been here for a long time, and now I think they're needed more than ever. Because of all the other things that are going on.
Because of all the things going on,
and I think they have some data to back that up.
I saw the data.
Did you?
And that data is impressive.
Okay. Well, then, without any further ado, I think we should introduce our guest.
Yes.
Who represents the solution. Good morning.
Good morning.
Corky Francis is here. She is our guest this morning on Solutions from the Street because she represents the Overflow store, the Overflow free store, at the Riverstone Church. And it is a really unique solution, I think, to this issue that we're talking about of not being able to afford just family needs, just everyday needs for a household. And I know you've been there for how long now, Corky?
Since December of 2014.
Okay, so you've seen the ups and downs of the local economy and the impacts of inflation more recently, of course, and on your numbers and things along that line. So, but it's a unique store. So describe it to us. Kind of what's the whole concept of the Overflow store?
Well, it's total donations, total volunteers. We ask people for donations of clothing, small household items, small appliances, shoes, toys, that type of thing. And it's set up like a store. And our clients, anybody can come in and sign up because we're not a government agency. And they have certain limits for the month that they can shop. They don't have to get it on the first day. But the nicest thing is probably that we have quite a bit of children's clothes because children do need clothes. Ladies, we don't always need clothes, but the children outgrow them pretty fast, and especially the babies. So they really need those kinds of things. So we help in that way if we can take a whole, provide some of those household items that you do need.
Very good. And you talked about members and joining, and so what does that entail? Just signing up and having some contact information for these individuals?
Yes, when you come in, and if you're a new person, we give you a clipboard. It asks for a physical address because we originally started with a grant, so we had to show we were in San Juan County. And you list the members of your household and agree to the rules of staying to the limits and so forth, and sign it, and that's it. We assign you a store number, and then the next time you come, you just give me your name and your store number. Then when you, after you shop, you go up to these tables and tell the ladies your store number, and they get a chart out and put it with your things so we know whose it is and start counting it.
Got you. And you're counting it because there are limits.
Yes.
During the month, right, for shoppers. And you talk about shopping and going around and picking out the things that folks want, but there's really no charge for these things. Is that true?
No, it's all free. And we've got it set up like a store with clothes that are hanging and shelves and so forth, so that they can feel like they're actually shopping.
Right. I want to let Megan have a word in edgewise here because sometimes I don't do that
I
enough.
know.
And so
Jeez.
I apologize. Because I know you have questions.
Well, yeah, I would think, maybe this is more of a statement than a question, it's a mix. It's a mixed question, but
Okay.
I think that it being set up like a store, does that give it a different sort of vibe than maybe, other charitable, this is charitable, but there's some sort of dignity to go in and pick out your own stuff, I would think. Does it feel that way?
Yes, I think so. I think, they don't have to take something, and it's arranged, it's organized so they can find things and not have to dig through piles of things.
Got it. Because normally I think if there's a clothing giveaway or something like that, it's just kind of there. It's a little, you just
Right.
you accept what you're given kind of a thing. But this is more of an actual shopping experience, and so moms and dads could go through and go through all the clothes and say, well, this is cute. This would look good on our kid or whatever, or have the child pick out what they would like to wear, and then they can take that up to the front and put it with the rest of their shopping items, and that's how it works.
Right. Uh-huh.
And so, what are some of the limits that you have? They're pretty, I think, generous from the month.
Well, we do stress that this is for your personal use only, and we have per person limits. For example, you can get 10 items of clothing for the month, 3 pairs of shoes, 10 books, CDs, or DVDs, 2 toys, and 10 personal accessories or miscellaneous. And then that's per member of your household. Then for the household itself, you can get 3 items, and that's things like dishes, tools, linen, and bedding, and 1 small appliance, and that's, like a coffee pot. Sometimes we have microwaves and hair dryers, that kind of thing. And you don't have to get it all on the same day. You can come back the whole month until you reach your limits, because we get donations about 4 days a week.
Got you. And that's really another part of this whole system that makes it work, right, is those donations from the community of the clothes and the small appliances and just some of the things that you're able to do. Now, big things you really don't do much of. You were talking before we came on the air this morning, big pieces of furniture and televisions. That's not what you deal with.
No, we don't have the manpower to lift the furniture. We don't have the room in the store, but we try to steer them to Habitat for Humanity for things like that.
Right. Another great resource in the community as well. So that's wonderful. And this is the location is on the campus of the Riverstone Church, but the address is kind of Buena Vista, right?
Yes, it's on Buena Vista, a block off Butler, and it used to be the World Harvest Church, and it's backed up to Butler, and there used to be a skate park there, if that helps,
Right. So if you're on Butler, you'll see the back of the building, basically, as you drive by.
And we have an electric sign on the street also. Mm-hmm. So,
Gotcha. And the hours that the store is open?
on Wednesdays and Saturdays, we're open from 9 to 12. And on Mondays, we take donations on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at a different door from 9 to 12. People can come at 8:30 and sign up. Because of the COVID restrictions, we only let so many people in at a time. And then as they go out, we let somebody new in and that kind of thing.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. And I know you have a Facebook page, and folks can find out more details on that, probably on that Facebook page.
Yes, that's not my purview, but I hope.
Understood.
I hope it's accurate, but yes.
Okay. Well, that's where I took the logo from. So hopefully that's still accurate.
Yes.
So that's good.
That's good. So I see out of the corner of my eye a budget sheet, and I feel like there's something to be celebrated here, big time. Could you tell us more about that?
The data we talked
data.
about. Yes.
Data.
Well, this I just have till the end of 2021, and we keep track of how many days we're open, how many items of clothing, etc. John Lewis does a wonderful job of that, and since 2014, when we were open, we have an estimate of how much money the items were worth. And for this estimate, we use the IRS high and low chart that we got off the internet. We don't just say, oh, well, that was worth, that's a designer dress.
I think that was $15.
Yeah, right.
But just to the end of 2021, we gave away $981,454 worth of merchandise. And I have to say, that also means that our landfill doesn't have that.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
And just
so almost $2 million.
That's what I was going to
I
say.
bet it is now.
My fuzzy math. Yeah.
I know, right?
Early
Let's just
on
round it all
on
up.
a Friday, but that's almost
happening.
$2 million, and that's amazing. And so, and again, kudos to the community for
Yes.
donating the $2 million worth of things that you're able to turn back around. And so for these folks who come to the store, I would imagine they're all ages and all ethnicities, and I mean, it's open to everyone. So
Yes, I'm a
there's-
member of the store.
Yeah, I mean, there's no limitations really as to who can
No.
sign up.
No, there's not. And speaking of that, we hit our 5,000 household number last week.
Oh, good for you.
We have 5,002 households signed up, and that's a total of individuals of 15,238 people.
Wow.
And so we just keep going.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
And this all began with a grant, you said, but the grant is long expired, and you
Yes.
just keep going on your own now.
Yes.
Is that kind of how it's working?
Yes, with donations from people and so forth. But a lot of people believe in it, and a lot of people like the idea of giving to an organization that's not going to charge people, and that the CEO doesn't make a six-figure salary.
Right.
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 So it's all volunteer. That's our hours, but
Yeah. But that's really what makes it work.
Yes.
And makes it doable. And I know we were talking too before we came on the air that the Overflow Free Store has been the recipient of a Martin Luther King Day of Service project and other volunteer efforts from the community as well. And so again, that helps keep the cost down and keep the doors open for those families to come in, right?
Yes, and if anybody wants to volunteer, if you just come down any of those 4 days that we're open from 9 to 12, we'll give you a volunteer card to fill out and figure out what fits your schedule and your skills. You can be counting clothes for customers, helping customers, cleaning, sorting clothes, just emptying the garbage or whatever.
Sure. Those
Right.
are all important roles to have. What would you say is your biggest need right now as far as donations?
Clean underwear.
I believe
And if
that.
you think about it, you'll understand, because for children and adults, it's just, I would hate to think of not having any.
Right.
Of course.
Right. But a lot of clothes come in, and
Yes.
you mentioned, though, you've got these 5,000 families now, right, that are signed up, and yet you're only open 2 days a week. Is that maybe going to force some changes with all those, trying to deal with all those people? Or so far, so good?
Well, actually, COVID hit us, and we went down, and we're not back up to the. I'm looking at
shopping
these
numbers?
statistics. We're almost getting back up to where we were, so that's a possibility. But we definitely have to have more volunteers.
Got it.
Gotcha. To do that.
To
That makes
manage those
sense.
numbers.
That makes sense.
That would certainly make sense. And so, how much support do you get from the church? You're on their campus, so just a
Yeah, we don't have rent,
that helps.
and we pay. I think we pay our share of the utilities and the cleaning, but they're very supportive, and there's people in the church who actually donate to the free store monetarily. As I said, we started with a grant from the conference, and it was a 3-year grant, and that got us going. There's another free store in Peralta, New Mexico, and we had a minister, Dave Blackwell from there, who helped us get this started because he saw how much it helped the community there. And we're big on recycling. If we get items that, blankets, towels that are stained or torn, we have a lady that comes from Shiprock and brings and picks them up and takes them to the animal shelter there because they can really use them there.
Well,
Great.
And if we have stained clothes or that we can't repair or whatever, or a smoker, or too much dog hair or cat hair, we bag them up and we send them to Goodwill because they have a rag truck, that they load and so forth. So there's several aspects to it that help not only people but I think our environment.
Right, indeed, and that's a great thing. And again, $2 million worth of stuff.
Yes.
That's come through, and then there's probably more than that you've been able to
Oh yeah, 'cause
send out to the recycling and the other needs in the community too, that you're talking about, right?
Yes, and that was just the end of 2021, and we haven't added the 6 months in yet.
Right.
So I bet we broke the 2 million mark.
I'm sure you did, for sure. That's wonderful. You're watching Solutions from the Street and listening to this program on KSJE this morning. I'm Scott Michlin along with Megan Cullip, and our solution is the Overflow Free Store that is found on the campus of Riverstone Church in Farmington. The store is open to anyone in the area, and folks can just come in and you ask them just a couple of questions, I guess, Corky, about where they live and get some information and go over the rules, and because that's really important. I think that's another thing that makes the store successful is that you've got rules,
Yeah.
and if folks maybe don't follow the rules, maybe they get some gentle reminders, but then after a certain amount, they're said, sorry, it's not working out.
Yeah, if we can't satisfy your needs, you need to go elsewhere,
yeah.
to put it nicely.
Yes, that's a nice way to do it, of course. But these items are free for families to come through and pick up. There are limits during the month, but then the next month they can come back and everything resets.
Starts over again.
And starts all over again.
Nice.
Yeah, very good.
Very good.
That's a good thing,
That's a great thing.
right?
I think it's like I said. I mean, for me, I'm drawn to the sense of dignity. It's like it's like any other shopping experience, and it sort of breaks down that, I would think, some stigma that sometimes people can feel if they're really in need of something, and it's not just for people who are really, really in need of something, but I think of those people, and I'm happy, pleased that there's, and I think that the as far as the parameters, like those are, to your point, generous parameters. I mean,
Yeah,
10 articles of clothing is good for a month, so
right.
yeah.
3 pairs of shoes. I mean, come
3
on.
pairs of shoes,
Right.
yeah, I know. Just see what they got over there.
There you go. That's right. That's it. Exactly. What else is on your wish list? I know there's actually a wish list online, isn't there, Corky, that folks can check out? At least according to the brochure, I think there might be a wish list online.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're looking at the underwear, of course, and some of those
Uh-huh.
items, right? Are shoes still a big thing that you need for different sizes and
especially tennis shoes. And our clients love sweats, and they go pretty fast, and jeans.
Right.
And so we even gave away a wedding dress that was used.
How about that?
Wow, how fun is that?
Right.
I love
what a
that.
find, right? For that individual. How terrific.
And we got a few prom dresses in, although it's not prom season.
Well, it will be soon.
Yeah.
Okay. well, you never know what you'll find. But that's, I guess, the point, right? Is that you
Right.
can come in
Yeah, and it's-
go through.
Yeah,
if you've
and
gotten
it's the other things that go more, but
Sure.
it's just we get some unusual things sometimes too.
Right. But how great for a family maybe to think, that maybe it'd be hard to maybe afford a prom dress for their daughter, and then to find one at the store like that maybe could work for that event or something else like it. So that would be great. For donations of clothing, you ask that they be clean and laundered and all the usual things, right?
Gently used, and we usually ask if they've been washed recently, because if they've been stored, if you washed them before you put them in the shed, that's not the same.
6
thing.
months ago. Yeah.
And we ask that you do not leave your bags outside the door when we're not open, because the local pets like to bless them.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
not-
let's not do that.
Right. And so again, the donation days, there's specific donation days that you're open for accepting donations.
Yeah.
And so once again, those are what time?
4 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 9 to 12. And even when the store's open, if we don't have anybody back there, we'll have them check up front and so forth. But yeah, it's 4 days a week in the morning.
Got it. Very good. And again, there's a door, I think it's pretty well labeled door of where donations go,
Right.
as opposed to the door where you go to shop
Yeah,
in the
we
store.
even have a parking spot that's labeled.
Just for the donations?
Yes.
See? That's great. Very good. And I'm noticing, too, in addition to the Facebook page, there is a website, right? It's through the Riverstone Church, I believe, right?
Yes.
It's rs.church/OFS for Overflow Free Store. Pardon me. It's
Jeez,
Friday morning.
Get it together.
I know, right? Good grief. What's wrong with me? Anyway.
together.
Yeah. So, what else?
What else on the free store?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
some great stuff,
sufficiently
right?
informed on the free store.
Don't you? A great solution.
Great solution.
Do you want any stories?
We do want
Oh my
some
gosh.
stories. Of course
Yeah, how
we
did
do.
we not ask for that?
I
Yes,
don't know.
thank you for doing our job.
My my favorite
You're
story.
hired.
My favorite story is this older couple who had come in, and he had a white beard. He could have been Santa Claus, and he had a cane. And they first asked, "Do we have any of those egg carton mattresses?" Because he has a bad back. They were living in a what do you call it? A recreational vehicle.
An RV.
RV, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. It, of course, didn't have a good mattress. And so I knew my dad had one, so I brought it to the store and gave it to him. And they came in for about a year or so. And his story was that he had been waiting 4 years for disability and had not qualified yet. And they came by before they left town, and they said, "We just wanted you to know we got our disability, and we had enough to purchase a home in Michigan and move closer to our family, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without you."
Oh,
And so that was just such a blessing,
right.
to know that you've helped people. And my volunteers, this is their safe place. Some of them have traumatic lives. Some of my volunteers are clients, and it's their safe place, and they feel good about themselves. They feel affirmed about themselves that they're helping somebody. And so I'm just as pleased about that.
Absolutely.
Very true.
Absolutely.
That's a great story. Thank you very much. And I bet you hear that a lot from the clients who come in and the families. And again, and I don't know if you have any recent stories with, as we talked about the inflation and things like that, but are you seeing more families maybe coming in, or is it still, again, because of the pandemic, things are slowly getting back to those pre-pandemic levels that you mentioned?
Yes, I think it is really affecting them, and I'm just glad that we have a resource. We can't solve all their problems, but we can address the ones that we can. And there are families that a grandmother will come in and say she just her grandchildren were just delivered to her with the clothes on their back. We get calls from the domestic violence places that they need to come in and shop. I have a call, and I wish the lady'd call me back because we're closed this weekend, but I would let her in during our donation time. Somebody had a fire. That trailer fire at, how do you say it, Sansoti?
Sonosti?
Sonosti.
On the reservation,
Their relative came in, and we gave them unlimited things in that case. And we help people who are in their first apartment, getting out of some of these shelters.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. That's so cool.
Right?
to say the least.
It's a fun place.
It is a fun
It's a fun
place.
place.
And I'm surprised there aren't more of them in our state. You mentioned there's one other.
Uh-huh.
Are there others that have opened since you've been open that you're
There-
aware of? Or
Not that I'm aware of.
or maybe
They're
different
kind
model?
of around the country, and I really think this only works in a smaller community, not that we're that small. I
Right.
don't think it would work in a big city. There's inherent problems with people taking advantage of it, but for the most part, you keep it a small community, and I think it works very well.
Right. And again, the store and the membership in the store, which is literally just giving out your address and name and a phone number maybe, is open to anyone in the county, I guess, who comes in, right? And
We even have some people from Cuba and Arizona, the reservation in
all right.
Arizona.
So it
but-
really isn't limited necessarily. If you can get to the store, I guess you can become a member.
Yes.
And it's open to anyone, and there's really no other income or other eligibility requirements except just being able to share your info so that you can keep track of who's coming in every month.
Yeah. And we get some interesting things in. I've thought about having a contest. Guess what this is used for? Because I don't know. I didn't know you could do that, you know.
Right. But do you put it up for sale, I guess? Do you put it on the shelf and see if anyone recognizes it and
I
takes it?
usually ask Nancy, one of our volunteers, because she knows so much. But what do you use that for?
Right. I guess if you figure it out, you can put it on the shelf. And someone will take it.
Have to do it, yeah.
Someone will buy it. There you go. Well, Corky, we really appreciate you coming in this week and talking with us about the work that you do and have been doing now for a number of years. It's a unique solution to a really important concern and problem that we have in the community. And unfortunately, I think with prices and inflation, until it gets under control, we're going to see more families that are really going to be in need of your store. And so I hope the donations will keep coming in.
Yes, and I feel like the people need to step up. We put too much on the government and expect the government to do it, and we're meant to take care of each other.
Well, someone said it takes a village, right? So I guess
Yes.
that's just part of that. So there you go.
There you go.
Megan Cullop, any final
Michlin.
words of wisdom
Words of wisdom.
after
Now
hearing what we've heard?
Now
I know.
you're putting me on the spot.
Well,
I would
if anyone
say-
has words of wisdom, it's Megan
Well,
Cullop.
thank you. I would say that one of the best possible ways to get ourselves, to your point, sort of tracking on the clients working as volunteers, that the best way to heal and get out of ourselves is to serve others.
Sure.
And this is a great opportunity to serve others. And how much, we all need to downsize. Most of us need to downsize our possessions anyway. It's a great place to put them. It's a great way to get involved in your community. If you can spare some time, I think service to others is our highest calling.
There you
So,
go. Very true. So once again, it is the Overflow Free Store at the Riverstone Church. The phone number is 505-327-0363. The address, of course, is
It's on
810
810.
North Buena Vista. Thank you. Sorry. And then the website is rs.church/OFS, or the Facebook page, Overflow Free Store.
I have to say that phone number is just an answering machine. We don't have anybody able to answer the
Well,
machine.
you're a business of volunteers.
But if you come by, that's the best way to sign up.
Okay, very good.
Very
And again, their hours to come by is 9 a.m. to noon on Wednesdays and Saturdays for shopping.
For shopping,
And donations are 9 a.m. to noon Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
yes, we'll close this weekend. for
This
the
weekend
4th
you're
of
closed for the
July,
holiday,
but
which is
yeah.
why we got you here.
Yeah.
So we lucked out on that.
We did luck out.
Exactly. Well, Corky, again, thank you for coming in, and for you and all the volunteers, thank you for the work that you all do for the community.
We are blessed.
We really are.
Yeah.
Very, very true. And that is our solution from the street this week, everybody. Thank you for joining us. There's still more to talk about, though, for just a moment, right?
Oh.
Because, well, there's always stuff to talk
There's-
about, isn't there? Right? I did want to mention that we have
Freedom
Freedom Days
Days.
this weekend,
Freedom Days.
because of the holidays. So I
Yes.
just, folks were looking for something to do. The stuff happening beginning tonight. I think there's an art walk downtown.
Art walk
This
downtown,
evening,
which is
tomorrow. I'll be at the ice cream social at
course
the
you
Children's
will.
Museum.
Of course you will.
Because there's going to be a dunk tank with the chief of police.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're in it.
I'm not in the dunk tank.
Okay,
No.
well then maybe I won't go.
All right. But the chief of police will be there, dunked. The mayor, I believe,
also pretty
has
good.
signed up for the
As-
dunk tank.
as he.
And the county manager has signed up for the dunk tank.
Okay.
So there's that.
County manager Mike Stark has signed up for the dunk tank.
So according to my information,
That's
Yes.
three That's a worthy.
That's three worthy
watch.
dunkers.
Yes,
I would say yes. So there's that. That's 11 to 3 tomorrow at the Children's Museum there at 302 North Orchard. Ice Cream Social. There's a free Chevelle Shepherd concert tomorrow night at the Farmington Civic Center, and then of course on Sunday there's another brass concert at the Farmington Museum, and then that leads into the fireworks show, which from the museum is a great venue to watch the fireworks, and then Monday is the parade.
Right.
Monday night.
Right.
The Electric Light Parade.
The Electric Light Parade.
Yes.
What a great title.
Yeah.
What's the Electric Light Orchestra? Was that
right
the
from
band?
from the 80s? You bet.
Yes.
Exactly. That's very true. So anyway, I just wanted to plug in for the weekend events. If folks were sitting there wondering what's going on in Farmington, there are plenty of things.
Yes.
Plenty. So, and then if you have a solution to a problem that you are aware of, you could send us an email.
You can send us an email at ksje@sanjuancollege.edu. We would love to hear from you.
We would. Because as much as we think we know about all the solutions that are out there, there may be one or two that we don't know about.
There's definitely things we don't know about.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'd love to hear from you, or even just a comment on the show.
Yes.
Love it. Stop picking
Love
on
it,
Megan.
hate it.
You know, whatever. Whatever you want to tell us.
Whatever you want to tell us.
It's okay. That's true. And then, of course, next week, we'll be back with another show on our Friday show, which is That's Interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It is interesting.
Yes. We're going to come with some things, but it's a call-in show.
That's the call-in show.
Please call in.
Yes, get ready to call in. Think about what's interesting and that you want to share with our audience. We've had lots of calls of interesting things.
Yes, we have.
And so that's next week from 8 to 9 right here on KSJE. And one final thing. Tomorrow, it's Radio Free Saturday morning.
Radio Free Saturday morning, the greatest show in America.
Well, let's just calm down a little bit about that, shall we?
I mean, I thought
All right, Miss Full of herself.
Get away with it.
Yeah,
I guess not.
Okay. But you have a show, a music show.
It's a music show.
It's a totally different side of Megan Cullip.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a music show that what makes it different from other music shows is it's heavily focused on the stories behind the songs and the stories behind the artists playing those songs. So you get a lot of music trivia in these 2 hours, and it's also a theme-based show. So I pick a theme and I organize songs around that theme. And tomorrow's theme is running.
Running.
Like
running, just like running.
Yeah,
Okay.
running in all its various types.
Okay. Like who left the engine running? Or,
anything like that.
Marathon running. Doesn't matter.
All of that.
Okay.
The faucets running.
Nice. Okay. That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Okay. 2 hours.
For 2 hours, we're running.
Okay. I'll enjoy the music. I won't be running for 2 hours. That will never happen.
No, but enjoy the music.
I will definitely enjoy the music. But very good. Well, that will bring us to the end of this program.
Yes.
And I should point out, you're wearing a Toad the Wet Sprocket T-shirt today.
Wow.
So look at that.
Do you know who that is?
Of course I know who that is. What's wrong with you?
Really?
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. It's because it's cool.
Yeah. Oh, I see. That is. Well, every once in a while, I know of cool things. You pull out
the cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toad the Wet Sprocket is...
Are they on this week's show?
No, they're not.
They don't have a running theme song,
They don't have a running theme song.
Right.
They are one of my favorite bands of all time.
Okay. There you go.
So.
All right. And with that, everyone have a safe and happy 4th of July. We're glad that you joined us today. If you like this program, we would encourage you to share it with your friends and social media networks. And we'll be back, of course, next week right here on KSJE. Have a great week, everyone. Mark the calendar so you don't miss the 36th Annual Freedom Days festivities in Farmington. This jolt-worthy event runs July 1st through the 4th, with events for the entire family. Gem and Mineral Show, an art walk, ice cream social, free Chevelle Shepherd concert, fireworks display, brass band showcase, electric light parade, and more. Make sure to celebrate this year in Farmington. Find out more at farmingtonnm.org or 505-326-7602. KSJE is supported by Music in the Mountains, a world-class classical music festival based in Durango, Colorado, offering orchestra, chamber, and world music concerts July 7th through July 31st. This year, the concerts come to you with free mobile stage performances in the region, plus other unique venues throughout the area. Find out more at musicinthemountains.com. KSJE and San Juan College present the Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week.
Hello again, this is Evan Chi with Week 4 Coaching Tips over the Radio. For Week 4, we will be discussing resources. There are many resources available on our college campus, both physically and online. Be sure to know these valuable resources. If you are unsure of their availability, do an online research using your college website. If you cannot find the resources on your own, be sure to contact the Student Achievement Center in room 1604. Resources can be found in the following areas: Library Services, Native American Center, Herencia Latina Center, Student Achievement Center, Career Center, Trio Center, Tutoring Center, Veteran Center, Financial Aid Office, Advising and Counseling Center, Disability Services, Business Office, Dean of Students, and much more.
The Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week, presented by KSJE and the Student Achievement Center at San Juan College.